Hello legends! In this video, I'm going to show you how to run OpenClaw completely for free and 100% privately by using the new Gemma 4 models. I'll start off by explaining what each of those models are and why they're actually a good fit for OpenClaw. I'll then take you through which tools you need to install on your computer. I'll show you how to download the models and then plug those models directly into your OpenClaw and get started using them. And then finally, a lot of questions I get are around how do you do free web search. So I actually found a way to do web search completely for free, 100% private as well, where no information leaves your machine, and I'll show you how to do that in this video as well. So the Gemma 4 models are actually Google's models. We have the Gemini 3, which you may be familiar with. It's the paid AI service from Google, fantastic AI model. Google also makes Nano Banana, which is the image generation, another fantastic image generation model. And they recently released 4 new open source models. This means that you can download those models directly onto your computer, or they have small enough models for your mobile phone, and then you have free AI completely on your device. So Google released 2 models that are small enough to fit on a mobile phone, the E2B and the E4B. These models can process text, image, video, and audio. So you could have it on your phone, take a video of something, and then ask questions and get answers about it. And they released 2 bigger models which fit onto your computer, the 26B and a 31B. These can only process text and image, not audio and not video. So I actually ran this small E4B model for a couple of days for my OpenClaw and was very impressed with its ability to do tool calling. So the ability for a model to do agentic tool calling is very important for OpenClaw, because you might have a request that says, hey, find me the latest AI news, build it into a report, and then add it to my ClickUp or send it via email to the people on my team. So to service that request, your model has to go away and do a web search, summarize the results, create a report, attach it into ClickUp, attach it to your Gmail, hit send, and then finally come back to you 5 steps later and say, hey, I've completed your task. When I ran the E4B model, which is super small, again, made for your mobile phone, I was very impressed with its ability to actually go off and do these tasks for me, where previously if I ran a small model, it would buckle halfway through, like 2 steps in, and then it wouldn't respond, and I'd have to go and tap it on the shoulder and say, hey, what's going on? Can you complete this task? So even if you've got a really small device, I wouldn't be shy to actually use some of these smaller models and just see what happens. Now we've got a couple different ways to download these models onto our device and then run them with OpenClaw. We're going to be using Ollama today. Now we'll be using Ollama because it's very simple for us to use. Very easy for us to browse the models, download into our computer, and it also has a native integration with OpenClaw, which means you don't need to do any custom coding or complicated configuration. You just download the model and then set it up with Ollama's native integration. So the first thing we need to do is download and install Ollama on our device. We're just going to copy this, and we'll open up a new terminal. We'll paste in that command and hit enter. And now we just installed Ollama on our computer. Next thing for us to do is go into this Models tab. In the Models tab, we can browse pretty much every open source model that's available to us, but really what we want to do is go into Gemma 4, and then we'll scroll down a little bit, and then we can view all the different models. So as we saw before, these 2 models are built for the mobile phone, the E2B and the E4B, and then these 2 models are built for the desktop, so the 26 and a 31B. I tested this one out on my OpenClaw instance. It was working pretty well. And with the 128K context window, this was also very good for my OpenClaw. My conversations never really got too intense anyway for my testing, but it was really good. And now I'm using this as my daily driver, the 26B, with a 256K context window. So I'm actually running the 18 gig model on my Mac Studio, which has got 512 gigs of RAM, and that's perfectly fine there. But on my 24 gig MacBook Pro, I'm running this comfortably as well. Now for this video, I'm actually going to be running this. We're going to do some testing as well and just see if this works, because if you've got a 16 gig MacBook Pro, this 7 gig version will be able to fit on that, including the additional context that you accumulate during a conversation. So this is a pretty interesting model for us to look at. So let's go ahead and install the Gemma 4B. I'm just going to copy this, go back into our terminal, and I'm going to go Ollama, pull, and then paste in that model name. I'm going to hit enter. And now we'll be downloading that model onto our device. Now while we wait for that to download, if you're sitting here thinking, man, my device is actually super small, I don't even have enough RAM to be able to run one of these AI models, or I'm on a VPS and I can't actually download any model onto my VPS, it's not possible. Well, Ollama also has a cloud offering, which means you can pay the $20 a month plan, and they state that it should be enough to actually run all your OpenClaw usage across that month. So if you're using it every day, you'll be able to use models like Kimi K2.5, GLM5, or Minimax M2.7. These are massive models that run on the cloud, and for $20 a month, I think this is an interesting deal for you to look at. For example, if you're not able to install any of these local models onto your device, you can use the cloud version of the 31B, which again is a 20 gig version with the full 256K context, just by using their cloud instance. So in this video, I'll show you how to do both setups for cloud and for local. So now that we have our model pulled, another Ollama command you can run to see all the models you have on your computer is to do Ollama list, hit enter, and you can see here I've got the Ollama 3.2 that I downloaded ages ago. I've got the Gemma E4B, which is 9.6 gigs, and now we have the Gemma E2B, which is 7.2 gigs. So you can actually download a bunch of different models into your device and manage them completely with Ollama. And now from here, I'm just going to assume that you already have OpenClaw running on your device. So you just want to plug in this open source model directly into your existing instance. So for that, we're just going to go OpenClaw space configure. And actually, these steps will be very similar to if you're starting off with a brand new OpenClaw instance, like for the very first time. So this is going to be very similar. For me, I'm going to go to, I'm going to keep it as local. And I want to go down to model because I want to now plug in this new model that I downloaded. So I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to go all the way down to choose Ollama, hit enter again. And if this is the first time that you're configuring Ollama, because we've downloaded it already, we have the model installed on our computer, this base URL will show exactly what it needs to be for your instance. So I'm just going to hit enter. There's nothing special for us to set there. And this is where you can actually set the cloud and local version or just the local version. So I was just saying you could do the cloud account, 20 bucks a month. If you have like a VPS and you just want really good models for really cheap, you can follow through with the cloud plus local configuration. But for us, I'm just going to keep going with local. And now we can see all the models that we can plug into our OpenClaw. So I've already got the E4B plugged in. It's highlighted in green. So I'm just going to press up. I'm going to hit the space bar and I'm going to select the E2B model as well. Now I'm going to hit enter. And now I don't want to configure anything else. So I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom to hit continue and hit enter. And now we've just plugged in the model. And for best practice, I'm just going to go OpenClaw gateway restart and hit enter. So we've just restarted the gateway. I like to do this every time I change one of the settings, just to make sure that the setting actually flushes and pushes through into the system. And then over in our OpenClaw instance, I can see our drop down for our models. We have the E4B and the E2B that we just downloaded and we plugged in. So I'm just going to send our first message. Now, for the very first message you send after a prolonged period of time of not chatting with your OpenClaw, it might take 10 or 20 seconds, depending on your hardware, to get that first reply. And that's because we're actually loading up the model into our RAM, so it can actually generate these responses. But then typically after the first response, if you keep having that warm conversation, the responses should be a little bit faster. Let's test this out. How are you? There we go. So you can see that the first message took us maybe 10, 20 seconds. And that second one, because it's already up and running, it was a little bit faster for us. So at this stage, I would say go off and test this model for your instance. Ask it to read your files, edit your files, to do your web search, to build things for you, and just see how it functions. The latest version of OpenClaw is actually built out better and better. The backend prompts, the backend structure of like how it does tool calling is much better. So these smaller models actually run a lot better. But the next thing I want to get us set up with is the web search. So right now, if I say, find me the latest AI news, we're actually going to get an error that we don't have the web search tool. Well, we've got nothing configured. I haven't actually plugged in the web search tool, be it a paid service or a free service. Now, to keep going with our setup of being 100% locally hosted and 100% private, I don't want to use a paid service because I actually want to keep all my information completely on my device. So as of recently, there's a new web search provider called Search or SearXNG. This is a web search tool that you can run self-hosted completely on your computer, and it has a native integration, as we can see, directly into OpenClaw. Now to get this set up, the first tool that you need to get is Docker. So just go to docker.com and then just download it for your desktop. So I'm on Apple Silicon, so I would just download this, but you just download the version that you need. So after it downloads, just get it installed onto your computer. And back in the OpenClaw documentation to get this set up, since we have Docker already, we can now just copy this command. We can go back into our terminal. We'll just paste in the command over here. And this will actually go away and download and install SearXNG directly within your Docker. Since I've already got it installed, we didn't see any install scripts on my terminal. Now the next thing for us to do is either to go into the OpenClaw configure, just like before with the Ollama that we did, and set it up that way, or we can just copy this command, go back into our terminal, hit enter, and then we've just set up SearXNG in the backend to work with OpenClaw. Now there is one final thing we need to be mindful of, is that when we're setting up SearXNG, by default, it's most likely going to show that it's using the HTML format for scraping websites, but OpenClaw uses the JSON format. Now, a little hack that I do is if I don't actually want to go and do all this setting configuration myself, be it in OpenClaw or in Docker or whatever else I'm running, I would actually spin up a Claude Code instance in the terminal. I'd say, hey, read my OpenClaw configuration, read my Docker configuration, and paste in the URL and say, hey, can you install this and fully configure it and test it to make sure it's working. Now, that is a really convenient and fast way to actually get these things set up, but if you don't use Claude or Codex, I'm just going to show you the manual way as well. So we're just going to open up Docker and we're going to find that SearXNG image that we just installed. We're going to go into these three buttons over here and we're going to go into View Files. Once we're in View Files, we're going to go to the folder called etc, drop down, scroll down a little bit until we see the folder called SearXNG, and then go into this settings.yaml. We're just going to click on it, right click, and then go to Edit File. And now in the bottom section over here, I'm just going to click on Control F, and I'm going to type in the word formats with an S. I'm going to click on Next. And here we can see different formats that we can use for SearXNG. Like I mentioned before, this is already set to HTML, so we need to get JSON into here as well. We're just going to go to New Line, put a little dash, and go JSON. Once this is done, we're going to go into here and click Save. And now we would just want to restart this container. So basically making the setting flush through the entire system. So now let's go back into our OpenClaw and hopefully we've done everything correctly. And I'm just going to ask again to find me the latest AI news from today. So the initial response showed that it wasn't able to use the web search tool, and I think it was because I just went too quickly from when I reset the Docker container to actually coming up and actually asking the question over here. So I asked a couple more times to make sure I was getting actual real news from the internet, like as of today, and I asked about Claude Code, and over here we had basically an update about how Claude Code banned usage in third-party tools like OpenClaw. So I actually picked this up. So we can see now that we have a locally hosted model running on our OpenClaw as well as a locally hosted web search tool. So this is all 100% free. There's no rate limits here and all the information never leaves your device. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more videos about running open source models locally for OpenClaw or for coding, please subscribe to my channel and drop a comment below. I actually have a 512 gig MacBook Studio, so I can run a bunch of different experiments and actually create videos about that too. So just let me know what you want to see. Alright, thank you very much and I'll see you in the next one.